Welcome to Austin Studio. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to bring back the leather sneaker from deteriorated condition by washing with subtle soap. I guess these are kind of oiled leather, which is also known as vintage leather. The method I will demonstrate in this video would not work for either pigmented leather or patent leather. If you're not really sure, one of the indicators is the color faded or not. So the color pine cone that used to be darker, as you can see from the picture, how worn out my shoe have become compared to new one. I have not done any shoe care to these particular shoes for 8 years. So the leather surface is really dried, dirty, color faded and lots scratches. But it can be brought back to life by the method I'm gonna show in this video. And finally, it's gonna be like this. The aged condition like vintage shoes was also nice, but to make a shoe last long, we still have to maintain it. Let's get started. Before you wash the shoes, I recommend to scrape off the dust accumulated inside of the shoes using a stick with a paper towel. Since this dust is compressed, we have to scrape them off before vacuuming. Now we're gonna wash them with subtle soap. First, immerse your shoe into hot water. The temperature of the water should be around 100 degrees in Fahrenheit, 38 degrees in Celsius. You will find the part of the leather where the water will not penetrate, so we're gonna gently massage the leather to encourage the water from the inside. Now I'm gonna apply subtle soap. Saphir is one of the finest leather care brands. This brand is always reliable for me, but it's European brand, so if you are in the States, Kiwi will be one of the affordable options, which you can buy from Walmart or H-E-B if you're a Texan. Anyway, take a subtle soap on a sponge soak in hot water and apply rubbing on the upper until every part of your shoes are covered with subtle soap. Basically, you don't have to immerse whole shoe into water. In this process, what we have to do is only get the leather surface wet by rubbing with a sponge soaked in hot water before applying subtle soap. Why I completely immersed these shoes are because of this terrible condition. So I wanted to bring back the moisture back from this extremely dried leather, and also I wanted to wash the inside of the shoes completely. Unless your shoes are like this extremely dried and dirty condition, you don't have to immerse it into hot water. I also apply subtle soap on rubber part to remove the dirt. This way much easier than erased by magic sponge. I did rinse away the soap with the water, but you don't have to do that. What we have to do is just wipe it off with a cotton towel or paper towel. That's because we have to leave a nourishment ingredient contained in subtle soap. Since the subtle soap is designed specifically to wash the leather, which is different from normal soap. However, this one is still dirty, so I wanted to rinse it out first, and then I did repeat this process. Although in this case I could not remove all the black stain on the tongue completely. As soon as you finish applying subtle soap, wipe it off and absorb the water inside of the shoes as much as possible using paper towel. The insole can be removed only halfway, so I also laid some paper towel underneath the insole. Then stuff the shoe with newspaper or paper towel to prepare drying process. Afterwards, let them dry in shade. If it is exposed in direct sunlight, the drying process will be too fast and you risk cracking the leather. Then change the paper towel or newspaper when it completely absorbs the water. In my case, it took around an hour to soak the water on the original paper towel. Once you feel the water in the leather is gonna dry out, insert the shoe tree to prevent the shoe losing its shape. In my case, it took about 3 hours to get here since start of drying. I recommend using cedar wood shoe tree, which has high water absorbency and anti-mold effect. Before the leather completely dry up, you can feel still damp. So now it's time to apply some cream to keep this moisture in the leather. Depending on the weather, in this case, it took about 4 hours to become this condition. First, brush off the particle on the shoes using a horsehair brush. Then I'm gonna apply Renovator cream by Saphir Médaille. This is a mink oil based nourishment conditioner cream, which helps moisturize and soften leather. This cream only apply when the leather is dry or when it has been washed with subtle soap. It is not suitable for daily care. As you can see, it soaks fast into leather, so be careful not to apply in one spot of the leather. Sneaker heels easily get creases, so you need to pay particular attention to where the creases are. Put the shoes in the shade again. Leave it to completely dry the water inside of the shoes for a couple hours. Afterwards, I'm gonna apply Sedgwick leather care cream. This cream contains animal fat, fish oil, and beeswax, so it's more of a nourishment cream rather than gloss effect cream. J.E. Sedgwick is famous UK tannery for the manufacture of finest bridal leather. I use this cream not only for bridal leather, also for oiled leather, pull-up leather, and Creme because they also need animal fat and natural oils. As you can see, it looks greasy and feels like pork fat lard. The texture is hard, unlike Renovator, so I recommend to use your finger to rub a small amount to penetrate the leather. Leave it to soak for 10 to 15 minutes and then brush it off with a pick bristle brush. I believe that Cordovan cream or oiled leather cream can be an alternative option for this cream. Since we have applied 2 types of nutrition cream, the leather looks moist and soft. Here you can see that from the enlarged photo of before and after the cream is applied. As a final step, I'm gonna apply Creme 9025 Pommadier cream by Saphir Medaille. I believe Cognac is one suitable color for the shoes. The purpose of this process is to dye the faded colors and bring the shine back. Take a tiny portion of cream on fingers, then spread and gently massage. After spreading it to all over the shoes, leave it to penetrate for 5 minutes, and then brush away the cream with pick bristle brush. Finally, gently wipe off the excessive cream using soft cotton cloth. Then tie a preferable color shoelace to complete. Here's the result. The dry skin is now rich and moist. Light scratches have been fixed. The color became darker and shiny. In my case, I have applied Creme 1925 Pommadier cream in twice to dye the color. If you apply more dark color Pommadier cream, you can make the shoe color slightly darker. Customizing the shoelace color and pattern for sneaker is a fun thing to do. This is my pattern. I don't use the 6th eyelet for ease of taking them on and off. Again, here you can see how these pair have been improved. Cheap leathers are just getting old and worn out even maintain it, but the finest leather can be matured by taking proper care. The details for the shoe care products used in this video can be found in the description box below the screen. Thank you so much for watching. Converse makes the leather sneaker with various types of leather, so please be sure to find out what type of leather you try this method. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and share. Also make sure to check out my other videos as well. See you next time.